Hey, Lorena here. I want to say before the episode, if you are listening to the show on SoundCloud and are wondering about where the older episodes went, SoundCloud has a upload limit that is only 3 hours. So we're going to start uploading the new episodes and the old episodes to YouTube. So you can still listen on SoundCloud, but it's only going to have probably the latest 2 episodes. If you want the older episodes, go listen on YouTube. Thanks. Is that the best way to get into that chair?
Look at this. Look at the space I have. Look at my fat legs.
Take a minute.
That's gonna be the cold open, huh?
Hello and welcome to Late to School, a Sailor Moon Watchcast. I'm Lorena,
And I'm Zach.
and today we are going to be talking about episodes 10 and 11 of Sailor Moon. We're going to start with episode 10, obviously.
That'd be wild if we didn't.
Yeah. The Cursed Bus. Enter Mars, Guardian of Fire.
Uh-huh.
This episode was directed by Kazuhisa Takanochi, written by Sukihiro Tomita. It aired May 16th, 1992 in Japan, and September 19th, 1995 in English.
Okay, pretty close to the date we're recording this.
Yeah, not by years, but...
Not by years, no, but by date.
So we open this episode with Geiger Hell,
Yes.
and this may be the last time we call it that.
Maybe.
Well, so we open on Geiger Hell, and it's Queen Beryl sort of chastising Jadeite.
Mm-hmm.
We see Jadeite looking very sullen.
Yes. Which is unusual for him. He's usually just typically got one expression, and that expression is smug prick.
Uh-huh. She is explaining that they still have not gotten the legendary silver crystal.
Yes, this is the first time I think that Queen Beryl has actually acknowledged that Jadeite has fucked up a bunch. Which is nice. I'm glad finally she's realizing, hey, this ain't going as planned.
Mm-hmm. She also, in this moment, reveals... She reveals that they are called... She and Jadeite and the Ghost Voices... and the Great Ruler are all a part of the Dark Kingdom.
Yes.
And she says it very casually, which makes sense. She always knew that they were called the Dark Kingdom.
Yes.
But for the show, it's very strange.
Yes, it's weird that she casually remarked on that for, like, what is this, episode 10?
Episode 10, yeah.
And we've seen her a lot every episode so
Pretty
far.
much, yeah.
Yeah, that is strange, but I'm glad we have a name now. It's a very boring, generic name.
Well, I mean, I guess. It's better than Geiger Hell, in my IMO.
Okay, here's the thing. Geiger Hell is a location.
Fair.
The Dark Kingdom is a faction.
Well, the place is also called the Dark Kingdom.
It is?
Yeah. Also, it's better than Negaverse.
It is better than Negaverse.
I still don't know why they changed it to Negaverse.
Did they keep the name of the faction as Dark Kingdom?
No, they're the Negaverse.
They are the Negaverse.
Yeah.
Okay. Weird.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a name of a group of people.
No, it's not.
A Negaverse. One Negaverse of gems.
But Jadeite is very apologetic about his failures, and he assures Queen Beryl that he'll get those Sailor Guardians. And he already has a plan.
If it weren't for those meddling kids and their talking cat.
He already has a plan in motion to absorb a lot of energy.
Yeah, as usual.
And then we cut to the real world, the mortal realm.
Yeah.
We see 2 cop cars sort of driving.
Yeah, hey, is that just what sound cop cars make in Japan? Because they make a weird noise.
Do they?
It's like a meow, 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 meow. It's not like a wee-oo, wee-oo, wee-oo. This is a hard thing to convey.
It didn't strike me as particularly strange, but I don't know.
It sounded like their sirens were lasers. Just laser guns constantly shooting.
The cars drive by Usagi on her way home from school, Usagi and Luna, and they're like, I wonder what that's about. And then they run into Ami, who is waiting for the bus.
She is taking the bus to cram school.
Yeah, she's taking the bus to cram school, which
Usagi comments on.
Usagi says that Usagi is like sort of aghast that her cram school is so far away that she has to take a bus to get there.
Yeah.
And Ami says, I'd take a plane if it meant going to a good cram school. Which is just, oh, you precious bird.
Luna is very proud of Ami for this.
Yes, Luna is very proud.
It's clear, like, in this episode, throughout this episode, it's clear that, like, Luna and Ami have, like, developed more of a relationship more quickly than Luna and Usagi did.
Because Luna is a fucking elitist.
Yes. Luna's an elitist, and she just wants she's glad to have a competent, smart guardian.
Another cop car passes by the bus stop, and everyone's like, what the fuck? What's going on? And then Naru and another girl arrive.
Just a lot of just nameless girls.
They probably have names, I just don't know them.
Yeah, but they don't ever say them in the show, so...
Yeah, true. And they're like, hey, have you heard the news? Did you know? 50 people went missing on a bus earlier.
Yeah, the 6 p.m. bus.
So, they say 50 people went missing on the bus. And Usagi is like, wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Which is fucking wild.
Is a very weird thing to say. Although, as someone personally who is into cryptids and conspiracy theories and, like, mysterious disappearances and the paranormal, if that's Usagi's deal, I get that.
I guess. I don't know why that's Usagi.
Yeah, I don't know. That doesn't seem like it would be Usagi.
No.
Like, I feel like she would hate that shit.
Yeah.
Because it's scary.
She likes manga a lot, so she is clearly into some nerdy shit.
Yeah. But that's some, like, nerdy shit is different from scary shit.
Yeah, that's fair. She says that, and then everyone else is like, what the fuck, Usagi? And they are scared. They're scared of the bus. Naru explains that the disappearance happened at a, like, big intersection called Sendeizaka Ue, and that the police haven't been able to figure out what the fuck's going on. They thought it was a kidnapping at first, but then were like, wait, we can't find any...
But then the kid woke up. Lorena has gotten up and is walking away. She is walking out of the room. She's coming back in. Hi. How you doing?
They thought it was a kidnapping. But there were no demands made, and they couldn't find any evidence. So actually, at first the police were keeping it secret because they thought it was a kidnapping, and then there were no demands, so they opened it up to the public, and just no one knows what the fuck's going on.
No one knows. There's just bus gone.
That's the new sequel to Gone Girl? Gone Bus?
Gone Bus. I'd watch it.
Ami sort of, like, very darkly mutters to herself, the cursed 6 o'clock bus. Which is extremely funny.
It's extremely funny, especially coming from Ami.
Yeah.
That's a very weird, sort of out-of-character thing for her to say.
And Usagi, in reaction to this, is like, hey, there's a shrine near that bus stop. Maybe we should go get some, like, protection charms.
Yes, Usagi's very scared.
Yes.
Which, again, makes her, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Thing weird. But she is very frightened and wants some fucking rebuke the demons.
And Naru is like, hey, I know that shrine. They also do like predictions, and the shrine maiden there is said to never get a prediction wrong.
Yeah.
And so they resolve to go to the shrine and get the protection charms, and maybe also get their fortunes told. Ami tells Usagi to pick her up a charm because she can't go because she has to study. And she says, you know what it's like when you have to hit the books. And Usagi just sort of pratfalls.
Yeah, does the anime thing I love, which is when somebody says something so strange or bizarre to you that you just fall.
Uh-huh.
You just fall over.
We cut to the shrine. And
it's a very spooky shrine. We see like these like crows flying.
Yeah, there are crows.
The introduction to the shrine is very creepy.
I want to say they call it a Hikawa shrine. And I looked up Hikawa Shrine, and the only thing I could find was like that's the name of some shrines in Tokyo.
Okay.
So I don't think that's like a type of Shinto shrine, but they do refer to it as a.
Okay, huh?
Which is strange.
I guess if there's more than one shrine called Hikawa Shrine,
maybe
it would kind of make sense. Maybe there's multiple Hikawa shrines in Juban Village.
Maybe. We see 3 girls who they're just random. They're just randos. Mm-hmm. And they are praying for love. And as they're praying, we see a mysterious blonde man watching them.
Uh-huh. The one of 2 blonde men in existence.
Uh-huh.
A blonde man with his hair covering his eyes.
Yes. And we hear his internal monologue, and he's like, buy the love charms and I'll something.
Yeah, steal your energy or some shit.
Yeah.
The energy of love.
Probably.
Who knows?
He's cleaning the shrine.
Yes.
We then see the inside of the shrine, where a shrine maiden with long black hair is sitting in front of like a fire pit. I'm sure there's a name for this. I should have looked it up, but I didn't. Mm-hmm. And she's like praying for a vision, I guess.
Yes. She's praying to the fire,
to
the spirits.
Yeah. And she says that something sinister has grown closer.
Yeah. So she already knows that something's off.
Yes. We then see the outside of the shrine again. An old man has appeared.
Yes, a tiny old man.
A tiny old man begins sexually harassing the girls.
Yeah, who are teenagers.
He does sexually harass them, but it immediately goes into a like employment pitch.
Yes.
He wants to hire them to work at the shrine.
Yes.
Which
we do find out later that he is just like overly friendly and offers to hire everyone.
Yeah, apparently.
Or maybe he's just or maybe he's bi. And he just sexually harasses everyone.
Maybe.
And wants them to all work there because he thinks they're cute.
After the girls sort of turn him down, he offers to say a special prayer for true love to them. And
he's got kind of a prayer stick thing.
Yeah, he's got a prayer stick with some, I also should have looked up the word for this stuff. Spirit paper is, I think, the literal translation of what those are called. And he sort of swings it around and says a rhyme. He says a weird rhyme.
Yes.
Did you I assume you didn't write it down.
I didn't write down the rhyme, unfortunately.
It's not super important.
No, and I don't care about this shitty old man.
Yeah, no. He then, after saying the prayer, tries to sell them some more shit, and they are like, no, we're gonna leave now.
Yeah, rightly so.
And we see the blonde man watching them leave menacingly.
Does everything menacingly.
We don't know we've only seen him do 2 things.
Right, of course, but so far, I guess, we've only this mysterious, unnamed blonde man.
The old man then spots Usagi, Naru, and the other girl who have arrived at the shrine, and he just does the same shit to them.
Yeah, he says they're pretty and tries to recruit them.
Which
also, I guess this is a paying job?
Yeah, being a shrine maiden is a job, just like a part-time job.
Okay.
I guess not shrine maiden, but working at a shrine, like cleaning it and...
Okay, that makes sense.
Working any, I don't want to call it merchandise, because it does have religious significance.
Yeah, but also, shrine folks gotta eat, so it costs money.
Selling stuff at the shrine.
Selling stuff at the shrine, yeah.
Then the shrine maiden from earlier shows up. We learn that the old man is her grandpa. Her name is Rei. Rei is voiced by Christina V.
Sailor V.
I think that might have been her Twitter handle for a while.
That's very good.
Pretty good. Most people will probably know Christina V as Marinette in Marvelous Ladybug and Chat Noir.
Oh, okay. I haven't actually seen that show, but
I haven't either, but it seems cute.
Yeah.
She's also, and I begrudge the fact that I have to mention this show for the first time on this podcast.
Oh,
She's Homura in Madoka, the black-haired one.
She's okay.
She's a Madoka.
Okay. For a second I thought Homura was the cat.
No, she's the black hair girl in Madoka.
Okay.
She's also in Fire Emblem.
Uh-huh.
She is Tatiana in Fire Emblem Echo Shadows of Valentia.
Okay.
She's also going to be Edelgard in Fire Emblem Three Houses.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
She's like a main character. That's rad.
Yeah. Also, I guess I should say after that, her grandpa is voiced by Mike Sorich, who I couldn't find any like really famous characters that he's played.
Has he been in Fire Emblem?
Yes, we'll get to that in a second.
Okay.
He's Captain Barbarossa in Bravely Default. He's one of the he's like a boss fight.
Okay, there's a character just called Captain
Barbarossa.
Yeah,
he's a pirate.
Yeah, no, I figured. His name is Captain Barbarossa.
When you beat him, you get the pirate class for your character.
Good, cool. You just steal his hat and...
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I haven't played that game, so...
He's also Vake in Fire Emblem Awakening.
What?
He's Vake.
He's Vake?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay.
For those who don't know, Vake is kind of a tough boy.
He's a rough boy.
He's a barbarian.
And he's a sort of pompous fighter.
Yeah.
Who uses an axe, and very different characters.
Yeah. So Rei sort of chastises her grandpa for hitting on Usagi and the other girls. And is like, people are starting to say very unkind things about you.
Which seems like an understatement.
Yeah. And all the girls are struck by how beautiful she is.
Yes.
And they've all got a crush on this girl immediately.
Yes. This is a fantastic scene.
Usagi says something here.
Yes. I want to preface this, actually, by saying that last night, when Lorena was watching this, she said to me, there is a very good line in this first episode we're going to watch that I can't wait to talk to you about.
So Usagi is staring at Rei. We get sort of a like soft focus, like pan of Rei's face, and we get Usagi saying,
"They're all the girls are blushing."
All the girls are blushing, but Usagi says, "Oh, so she's a shrine maiden. I wouldn't mind doing that part-time." And I know what they meant, but also...
I don't think they... I think they meant what they meant. I think they meant what they said, and she said what she meant.
Okay, sure.
I think I know the show isn't going in that direction for Usagi. But also, Usagi, Baikon, confirmed. Has a crush on all of her girlfriends.
Yeah, pretty much. There's no heterosexual explanation for any of this.
No, absolutely not.
We then see we see the girls from earlier leaving the shrine, and the blonde man is just sort of crouching in a tree.
Yeah, he's finished cleaning, and now he's crouching in a tree, as one is wont to do.
And he casts a spell on them. Yeah. Which we didn't know he could do up to this point. That's weird.
And now they're his.
Now they're his.
You can't stop the things he does. This tense doesn't work with the song lyrics. God damn it.
It doesn't. We then smash cut to Rei sensing an evil aura. And she pulls some curse paper from her dress.
Yeah, does she have pockets?
I guess. Maybe not, because she pulls it from the inside of her top.
So is it just pressed up against her?
I guess.
Under the dress?
I guess. But she pulls one of those out, and she is like, "Evil spirit, be exorcised," and slaps Usagi on the forehead with it.
Yes.
Which causes everyone to be surprised. And she's like, "Oh, that's not what I thought was gonna happen."
What did she think was...
I don't know. Maybe she just threw the paper in the direction of the evil aura she was sensing.
Oh, okay.
And it was
Usagi was in the way.
Yeah, the evil aura was Usagi's horniness.
She drew the no homo paper from her dress. She drew the gal pal paper.
Yeah.
And struck poor Usagi on the noggin.
Mm-hmm.
This also knocks Usagi out, doesn't it?
It does knock Usagi out, because we cut to inside the shrine.
Rei is very strong.
Yeah, she's strong and she's real and she's my friend. And inside the shrine, all the girls are there. Rei is there. Usagi is in, like, a bed, resting. The blonde man appears and is like, hey, I brought some towels and some water. And Rei is like, thanks, sure, now go away.
Yeah, Rei is the only one we see that is not into this blonde worker guy who we don't know the name of at all.
Naru and the other girl are like, oh, he's such a hunk.
This is like... This really is... Sailor Moon has more in common with the tabletop RPG Monster Hearts than I expected.
Really?
Because everybody's just horny for everybody constantly.
I guess, yeah. But them being like, he's such a hunk, wakes Usagi up, and she's like, hell, where's the hunk? Where's the hunk at?
Which, mood.
And the other girls are like, oh, Rei, is he your brother? And she explains, no, he's just some rando that her grandpa let live with them.
Because he offers everybody to work there, and he hired the blonde guy, and now he also lives with them, I guess.
But Rei takes this opportunity, now that Usagi is awake, to apologize to her. She explained that lately her sixth sense and prophecies haven't been as, like, potent or like, true.
So, the dark side is clouding her sense of the Force.
And Luna is like, prophecies? Could she be the Moon Princess?
Yeah, which is an interesting line.
Yeah, I guess the Moon Princess can see the future.
The Moon Princess can do prophecies.
Then an adult woman, storms into the shrine.
Yes.
And is like,
Weirdly, this is an adult woman wearing makeup, but she is not the monster.
She's not the monster, but I think she is a villain.
Yeah, she's an antagonist. She antagonizes a character.
Yeah. She says, my daughter came here and bought a love ceremony, and she hasn't come home. Rei basically explains that it's not the shrine's fault that this woman's daughter went missing. That, like, the love ceremony has been happening for years, and the police already investigated the shrine. And
it's clear from her tone that this, like, she has been getting accusations like this a lot.
Yes.
That she is very frustrated that another person is doing this.
It's been a lot of people accusing her grandpa of bad shit.
Which, I mean, certain bad shit he does do, we see.
Yeah.
But not kidnapping.
Kidnapping.
We don't see him doing any kidnapping.
Yeah. He also doesn't, like, do anything physical.
Yes.
He just sort of says, hey, these are your cuties.
Yeah,
Which is still bad, but...
It's still bad.
Rei tells the woman to get the fuck out, and the woman sort of leaves in a huff. And she apologizes to Usagi and the other girls for the interruption. We then see Luna and Usagi leaving the shrine. Luna is like, hey, some weird shit is going on. We need to have a strategy meeting. Call Ami. Usagi is very considerate of Ami, and is like, she's gotta study. And Luna's like, no, call her the fuck now. We gotta talk. They meet up, and they go to the Sendezaka bus stop. They see a lot of, like, middle school and high school age girls waiting for the bus. And Usagi surmises that they are all girls who are looking for love. And
yes,
because
they're all wearing the charms from the shrine.
And Ami is very confused that they would have the time to worry about love.
Yes. And Usagi has a little fantasy session where she just sort of, like, when she's talking about how great love is to Ami, where she talks about, or she just fantasizes about Matoki and Tuxedo Mask.
Yeah,
She just has a bit of a moment, and Ami's still just like...
Ami basically says that they're both too young to even know what love is.
Yes.
Which is true.
Is true, but, I mean, she should let herself have fun. But also, that's fair. Also, Ami, Arrow Ace icon.
The bus arrives, and the bus door opens, and we see that the bus driver is a very, like, severe-looking woman.
Yes. So, like, clearly wearing lipstick.
Yes.
Red lipstick.
She's very butch, but she does have to wear lipstick because she's a Sailor Moon villain.
She's a Sailor Moon villain, of course.
All the other...
Spoilers. The bus driver's a Sailor Moon
what a
villain.
shock. All the girls, all the other, like, random girls that we don't know, they get on the bus. And Luna's like, okay, Usagi, gotta get on the bus and save these girls. And Usagi's like, no, I'm too scared. And then the bus driver kind of gives her a look, and she's like, oh, now I'm really scared. and she grabs the, like, bus stop sign.
Yes, and Ami and Luna try to pull her onto the bus, but she's adamant.
Mm-hmm. The bus leaves.
Uh-huh.
And Usagi and Ami do not get on it.
Uh-huh. Just Usagi is crying now on the pole she's grabbed.
Ami and Luna resolve to come back the next day, and Usagi is still crying. They then see Ami is like, "Hey, what's that?" And we see the bus is lifting off.
Is flying up into the air,
and a vortex appears in the sky.
A magical vortex.
The bus drives into it, and it disappears.
Yes.
And Ami is like, could that be a black hole? A fourth dimensional portal?
A tear in the magnetic field?
She's just coming up with all these science explanations.
Yes. Which, first of all, cool, like, good, character quirk. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking magic, but, But, also, this street is full of people.
Yeah.
We see this street. We see, like, this street is very busy and full of other people who aren't the people who got on the bus.
Yeah, it's an intersection of 5 roads.
Yes. And the bus just fucking fly.
Yeah,
It just fucking whoomp up into the air.
Yeah.
Into a giant fucking black portal.
No one saw it, though.
And no one saw it but these 3 chuckle fucks.
Mm-hmm. We then see inside the portal, on the bus, everyone on it is unconscious.
Yes. As Sailor Moon victims of monsters are wont to be.
Mm-hmm. The bus driver, gets on the radio. She
telepathically...
Breaker.
Yeah. Communicates with Jadeite.
Calls Jadeite, yeah, and is like, "Hey, I got a lot of people today. A good harvest." And Jadeite is like, "Good. Drain all of their energy." And we see the outside of the bus and flashing.
Yeah.
And I guess they're not dead, but
they're not dead.
They have had all of their energy drained,
which is not death, I guess.
I guess not.
And then we hit commercial break.
We returned from commercial and we see Rei feeding 2 crows who are named Phobos and Deimos.
Yes, this is wonderful. First of all, for those who don't know, Phobos and Deimos are Greek gods of fear and terror.
Right. They're also aren't they the moons of Mars?
They are.
Yeah.
I didn't think of that.
Yeah, they're the moons of Mars.
I forgot about that. Good fucking point.
That's probably not relevant to anything.
Or the title of the episode or anything.
No. Usagi appears at the shrine. I guess it's the next day at this point. And Rei's like, "How can I help you?" And Usagi explains that she saw the bus disappear with her own eyes. And Rei gets mad.
Yes, Rei again thinks that Usagi is accusing her and her grandfather.
And Usagi is... I feel very bad for Usagi in this scene because she's like, "I just thought maybe you knew stuff. I thought we could be friends." And Rei is like, "I don't care. Get out of here." And Usagi leaves and says she'll come back tomorrow. As they're leaving, Rei notices something on the ground that she picks up, and it is a red pen with a, sort of planetary orbit tip.
Yes.
It looks like... I don't need to be surreptitious about this. It looks like Ami's transformation pin, but red.
And with a different symbol on
it. With the alchemical symbol for fire. Or not fire, Mars.
Except it's very cute. It's got, instead of the circle, it's got a little heart.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And Rei is like, "Oh, I wonder if Usagi dropped this." Rei sort of returns to her shrine duties, and she sees Jadeite. Fuck. Rei sort of returns to her shrine duties, and she sees the blonde man. And she's like, ever since that man appeared at our shrine, weird shit's been going on. I wonder if he's the cause.
Capital T, capital N, that man.
Rei goes inside the shrine to read the fires, and is like, "Hey, show me what's going on." There's a knocking on the door, and Rei is like, "Who's there?" And it's the blonde man.
Can I just say, I love how intense Rei is.
She's very intense.
She's just on mode 9 constantly.
She has a very fiery personality.
Yeah.
And
one might say that.
The man is like, "I was just wondering if you wanted some food." And she's like, "You're bothering me. Go away." And he leaves. And we
That is not mood. That is not relatable.
Okay. we see him like peeking through the door as he closes it, and we see he's got like his fucking sclera are green.
Are they green? I thought that he had blue eyes.
They're like, I guess they're like green blue.
Okay.
And Rei is like, oh, those icy cold eyes. And we then cut to Usagi and Luna back at the bus stop. Mm-hmm. Ami is not there; she's late.
That is very unusual for Ami. I don't think they ever explained.
Yeah, no.
Why she's late.
Usagi asks Luna why she left the pen behind, and Luna's like, "I just have a theory. I'll tell you about it later." Luna then is like, "Okay, we really need to get on the bus today."
Yeah. This is attempt number 2 at getting on the curse bus.
Mm-hmm. Usagi is panicking again.
Yes.
And is like, I don't wanna. And Usagi has an epiphany. And she fucking pulls out her disguise pen.
Yes.
And is like, this'll help me get rid of some of the fear. And she transforms herself into a, quote, gorgeous flight attendant.
Yes.
And I don't understand.
So I think I do.
Okay.
I feel like I do. Because I feel like this is, first of all, the fact that she's a flight attendant, I think Luna mentions you realize this isn't a plane, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's just Usagi getting confused about modes of travel.
Okay.
But the gorgeous part makes sense to me.
No, yeah, I get that part. Because she does that every time she transforms.
No, but I'm saying, like, the reason this gets rid of her fear is because Usagi feels more confident when she feels pretty.
I guess. Okay.
And, like, that also has to do with how confident she tends to be in sailor gear.
Yeah.
Like, she feels, like, more confident in her sailor uniform. Not always. She still has panic attacks, which is fair.
Mm-hmm.
But she generally, like, just feels better when she feels pretty.
Yeah, okay.
Which is also a mood, and very valid.
Usagi runs to the bus. She gets on it right before it leaves. And she sees that all the people on it are unconscious. And she turns to the bus driver and is like, as a flight attendant, it is my sworn duty to ensure everyone has a safe and pleasant trip. So I won't let you take over this bus. Which is a hell of a thing for her to say.
Which is a hell of a thing for her to say, especially to a bus driver.
The bus driver does not respond. The bus doors close, and the bus begins to lift off. Usagi is thrown to the back of the bus. We see Ami running to catch the bus as it ascends, and she is like, "Oh no, I'm too late," and collapses to the ground.
Yeah. We
cut back to Rei in front of the flames. She performs a divination and is like, "Hey, show me the face."
She says, like, "Show me what the source of all this evil is."
Right, and the flames show her Jadeite, who looks a lot like the blonde man.
Yeah, he's wearing the same robe.
So,
funnily enough, and he's got the icy cold eyes.
So Rei storms into his room and is like, "Hey, hey, you're evil."
I hope no one who has never seen Sailor Moon watches our podcast and thinks that Sailor Moon has a lot more use of the word fuck in it than they thought it did.
Yeah. Rei is like, "Show me your true face." And the blonde man is like, "Oh, okay." And he throws her into a vortex. And we see that he is Jadeite.
Yeah.
Surprise.
The blonde man is Jadeite. Hey, real quick. Can I call you out?
What?
Why do you spell vortex with a T at the end every time?
Do I?
You do.
Do I? I think that might be an autocorrect thing.
Okay.
Because I definitely didn't do that.
I wonder if it thinks you're saying text, but with vor in front.
That would be fucking wild.
For some reason. Inside the vortex, we see...
the magnetic field.
Inside the tear in the magnetic field, we see... I think the monster throws Usagi and Luna out of the bus.
Yeah, that makes sense. They kind of just fly out of it.
Yes.
It would make sense if the monster has thrown them out.
Right, onto like a weird green goopy landscape bubble. There's a bunch of other bubbles, and there's other buses floating in the air in this weird dimension. And the monster jumps out, and another vortex opens up above her, and Rei falls out of it, as like Jadeite just chucks her through a fucking vortex. And the monster catches her
and takes her hostage. And the monster turns into like an ogre. She's like green with red hair, and she's got like an underbite of sharp teeth.
Yeah.
Or she kind of has like her teeth are on her lips. And Luna is like, "Hey, Usagi, you should transform too."
This is a great series of lines here.
Yeah. Usagi is like, "Oh, I'm so sick of this, but I'll do it."
Yes.
And then Luna is like, she does the anime thing where she pratfalls, and she's like, "Yes, your carefree spirit and optimism are your true strength." And Usagi transforms.
I love that moment. I just love any moment that acknowledges like where Usagi's strengths lie. Because she is incompetent a lot of the times and misguided, just easily distracted, but like she still gets the fucking job done at the end of the day.
Right. We see Rei struggling to get free of the monster, and the alchemical symbol for Mars appears on her forehead.
Just like it did for Ami in her first episode.
Then Usagi throws her tiara at the monster. The monster dodges very easily.
And then it fucking...
Then Phobos and Deimos appeared.
Yes, where'd they come from, first of all?
Where'd they come from? They harassed the monster.
Yeah, they weren't with Rei when she got thrown into the vortex, so...
No, but the monster is, like, distracted, but manages to grab the tiara on its, like, return flight. She sort of taunts Usagi, and Usagi is like, "Ha! You triggered my trap card." And the tiara, like, expands into a hoop.
Yes.
And then ensnares the monster.
Which is not a functionality we have seen the Moon Tiara action exhibit before now.
No.
So that's interesting.
This causes the monster to drop Rei, and Usagi runs to check on her. Luna tells Rei to take out the transformation pen she found. And Rei is like, "Hey, what the fuck? That cat talked."
That's so good. Rei is so good. I love her so much.
Luna is like, "Don't worry about that. Just transform." And Rei says, "I don't have a clue what's happening, but I'll give it a shot." And she transforms into Sailor Mars.
I feel like, for the record, that line, "I don't have a clue what's happening, but I'll give it a shot," basically sums up this show so far.
Yeah.
And also what it's like to be a teenager.
Yeah.
So, good job on that show.
Rei sort of examines her new costume and appearance and is like, what's going on?
She has a fucking rad transformation sequence.
Yes, hers is very good.
I absolutely love Mars' transformation sequence.
She sort of weaves her costume out of fire.
Yeah, like
it's very
like
cool.
Weird like hoops and bands of fire.
The monster has gotten free of the tiara at this point, and charges Usagi and Rei. And Rei is once more like, "I don't know what's going on," and then uses her power on the monster. Which, once more, she just knows it. She just knows the thing.
She just knows this one. Like, Luna had to tell Ami
to use bubble spray.
But also, Rei can see the future.
Rei can see... Do you think she just saw... She saw herself saying the words Fire Soul and was like, I remember that now. That's what that was.
Yeah. Okay. Sure, why not?
She uses Fire Soul and, like, fucking incinerates the monster in a vortex of fire.
Yeah, which is fucking metal. But then the portal starts closing. Yeah. Because the monster has died.
Right.
And they are about to get sealed into the weird bubble dimension.
The weird fourth dimensional rift.
Yeah.
And we see Ami back in Juban holding her pen, like...
Yes. This whole... Everything about the ending of this episode.
Yes. Everything about the sequence we're describing right now, and things that we're about to describe is fucking wild.
It's so fantastic. I love it so much.
So Ami is like, she's wishing for Usagi and Luna to be safe.
Yeah, she's
holding
like praying
her pen,
for them.
And we see inside the vortex, we see a beam of light come down from the portal.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone's like, oh, that must be Ami.
Yeah, which is a bit of a leap.
Yeah.
And also, how is that gonna help? How is that gonna help you get out through the portal?
I guess it doesn't, because Luna is like, run towards the portal, and then we hear a car honk, and we hear a man say, hey, you girls need a ride? Hop on. And we see Tuxedo Mask.
Yes.
In the bus, driving the bus.
Tuxedo Mask is in one of the flying buses, and he's driving it.
My note for this is just, Tuxedo Mask is driving the bus?
It's just so...
It's nonsensical.
It's the Tuxedo Mask is already like a kind of a Deus Ex Machina character. But the fact that he's established himself into that role makes it like, oh, okay, he just fucking shows up on a tall window sometimes. Right. He fucking flies in and throws a rose.
He hasn't established that he can just show up in a bus.
Was he... there the whole time? Was he
on the bus the whole time?
Was he on one of the buses the whole time?
I guess we never see... Well, never mind. Never mind about that.
What?
Never mind.
Okay.
Usagi and Rei get on the bus, and the three buses that have gone missing are, like, sort of tethered together?
Yes, which also, like, they're just tethered together. Like, did he do that?
Yeah, and they ascend, and they...
If it was, like, rose vines or something, then, like, sure. But they're just fucking rubber hosed together.
Right. They leave the portal.
They fly through the portal with their collection of buses full of people drained of energy. Driven by Tuxedo Mask, which how did he avoid getting his energy drained if he was on the bus?
They exit into the real world, and
was he just wearing the tux?
Maybe. We see Jadeite on a rooftop watching them return, and he's like, curse those sailor guardians, and he teleports away. The buses land, Ami, Rei, and Luna get off, and Ami and Usagi hug Luna, and we see Tuxedo Mask sort of internally say farewell, and he disappears.
Yeah, he does that. In these two episodes, spoilers, I guess, but Tuxedo Mask does a lot of just talking without moving his mouth.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
I'm sorry, does that have an explanation?
No, but we will get to that.
Oh, okay.
Rei checks the bus and is like, hey, Tuxedo Mask is gone. And Usagi accuses her of having a crush on Tuxedo Mask. And they sort of fight about it.
She does. She clearly does.
She clearly does.
I will say, the show's method of showing us that Rei has a crush on Tuxedo Mask is identical to how all the girls reacted to Rei the first time.
Yeah.
Like, the visual language is the same. Like, if they didn't know what they were doing, they are damn fools.
Yeah. They have, like, a fight over who likes Tuxedo Mask more.
Yes.
And Rei has a very good line here. Usagi is like, Tuxedo Mask is my love. And Rei is like, wake up, honey. Some things are only one-sided. And... Usagi is like, what does one-sided mean? Which, I guess she is that much of a dumbass. And she
puts two and two together.
She comes to the realization of what it means and cries, and the episode ends.
But that line is also our first hint of Rei's further characterization. Because up to this point, mainly she's been, kind of intense and angry, very sort of serious.
Yeah.
But this is our first hint of Rei as snarky, easily annoyed, mean girl.
Yeah. So then we get the next episode, episode 11, Usagi versus Rei, Nightmare in Dreamland.
My favorite Kirby game.
So I actually want to talk about, this episode was directed by Kunihiko Ikuhara and written by Shigeru Yanagisawa. And I want to take this moment.
That sounds familiar. Have we gotten Shigeru Yanagisawa before?
Yes, he has done a few episodes.
Okay. I'm finally starting to learn to recognize the recurring names of writers and directors and stuff.
Yeah. Yanagikawa did Punishment Awaits, The House of Fortune is the Monster Mansion.
Oh, okay.
And a couple other episodes.
Okay.
I want to mention the director, Kunihiko Ikehara, because, and he has shown up before in a couple of episodes. He is the director of Utena.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me look up.
That makes a lot of this episode very neat to me.
Mm-hmm. Ikuhara also directed Protect the Melody of Love, Usagi Plays Cupid, the episode with Yusuke Amade. I think that might be it. If there are others, I can't find them in my notes. But yeah. Is there anything else?
It's interesting, because the thing about Utena, I'm under the impression it was originally going to be a Sailor Moon movie or something?
Yes.
Or was going to be a Sailor Moon spin-off?
It was going to be a movie.
It was going to be a movie.
It was going to be a prequel movie.
Okay.
So we open this episode on the Hikawa Shrine. All the girls, including Luna, are hanging out. Luna is talking about how happy she is to have 3 guardians and how that'll make things easier.
How it'll definitely make things easier.
She says the real battle has only just begun.
Which is always a good thing for a character to say. I'm always on board for the real battle just beginning. We see Usagi getting really excited that Rei has a Sailor V manga. Yes.
We see Ami getting really excited about an encyclopedia that Rei has.
Yes. Rei is upset at Usagi for taking her Sailor V manga.
Yeah, and they fight.
Real quick, Sailor V has a manga.
In-universe,
Has an in-universe manga.
Sailor V is fucking famous as shit.
Yeah, she's a real person.
She's a real person, yeah. I don't know how did she sell the rights to her likeness?
Yeah, because is the Sailor V manga in Sailor Moon written by the person who wrote the Sailor V manga in real life, who also wrote Sailor Moon?
There is an episode later we might get that kind of explores that.
I cannot wait.
It's not explicit, but we'll get to that.
Okay, good.
All the girls are sort of goofing around, even Ami. Yes. And Luna is frustrated.
Ami's idea of goofing around is looking at an encyclopedia.
Yes. Ludicrous. Luna screams at them to knock it off, and the girls apologize. And Luna is like, we have to focus on our mission to find the Moon Princess. And Usagi and Rei are like, well, how are we gonna find her? Rei suggests that maybe she's got a big sign that says she's the princess. And Usagi is like, oh, she might. And Luna's like, I doubt it. And we find out that Luna doesn't actually know what the Moon Princess looks like.
Yes. And the more we know about what Luna doesn't know, the more intrigued I am at Luna as a character.
Ami suggests that since they don't know what to look for the Moon Princess, they should focus on their other mission, fighting monsters.
Yeah.
And she tells them about a mass disappearance that happened at an amusement park called Dreamland. It is once again 50 people.
That's an interesting coincidence.
Yeah. I don't know if that's intentional or just weird. This is interesting trivia. The date on the newspaper is the date that the episode came out in Japan.
Oh, cool. That must have taken some planning, too.
Yeah. All the girls are on board for this, including Luna. They're on board for investigating Dreamland. We cut to the Dark Kingdom.
Geiger House.
We see Beryl once more chastising Jadeite.
Yes. Love seeing Jadeite being scum and getting owned.
She is like, I never expected a 3rd Sailor Guardian.
Which is also interesting to me.
Yeah.
It's just an interesting way to phrase that.
And she's like, Jadeite, you won't get many more chances to redeem yourself. which is very, I'm gonna count to 10. 1, 2, 2.5, 2 3/4. It's very he's a child.
Yeah, she is giving him a lot of tries.
She does also, though, remind him that he is expendable. He's like, I got a plan. Got it.
I wonder how expendable he is, because he's the only other character so far who has a name, who is a monster. Well, the only villain character.
So far, he is.
Yeah, he's also the only. They're both named after gemstones.
Yeah. We then see a press conference that is happening at Dreamland.
There's like a security guard.
Right, it's in like the visitor center, I guess.
Yeah, there's a bunch of fucking press.
Right. It's weird because they are talking to a security guard.
Yes, not like an owner and not like a manager.
The security guard has blonde hair, and he's telling them basically that Dreamland had nothing to do with the disappearances. Mm-hmm. He says the number of people who've entered the park and the number of people who've left are the same, which feels like something that the press should be able to verify, but maybe not.
Also, that's an interesting line given some shit we learn later.
Well, it's clearly a lie.
Well, yeah, but okay.
We see the girls in Luna, like, skulking by the door to the visitor center, listening in on the press conference. Mm-hmm. The security guard throws the press out.
Yes, in a very well-animated sort of, like, just hit this one man shoving an entire crowd of people out of a small pair of doors is incredibly delightful to watch.
The girls in Luna, like, scramble away. We see we see the security guard walking through the halls, and we hear his internal monologue, and he's like, "Foolish humans."
Yes.
And we see his eyes, and he is Jadeite.
He's Jadeite.
Surprise!
It's Jadeite. I thought it was Matoki, the only other blonde man in existence.
What if Matoki was the security guard?
He's got a part-time job.
We then cut to the girls in Luna are walking through the park. And they're talking about what Jadeite said at the press conference, and they're like, "Well, that's weird." Then
they specifically talk about the line about people, the same number of people leaving.
Do they? Okay.
Yeah, which is that reiteration made me think like that's going to be important. The fact that the same number of people leave as enter is going to be important to the plot summit.
I don't think it is, though.
No, it's not. It's super not. It's a weird red herring.
Yeah. Ami and Rei notice that Usagi is gone as they're talking, and we see that she has started goofing off.
Yes.
And is, like, riding the carousel.
She's riding the carousel.
Luna gets mad at her, and we have, like, a time cut, and, like, Usagi is off the carousel, and Luna is scolding her, and...
They're all on a bench.
Usagi is apologizing.
Rei is snarking at her, as she's wont to do.
And Usagi is also arguing with Rei. When a lion appears.
Yes, there's a lion.
There's just a lion here.
There's just a lion.
And so Rei, like, pushes Usagi off the bench, and she comes face to face with a lion and panics and, like, sort of jumps onto Rei's shoulders. And the lion is like, "Oh, don't worry, I'm friendly," or something like that. He talks.
Yeah, he talks. He's like, "Good day."
And
they're all very surprised by this talking cat.
Yes. And then an extremely pink lady appears.
Yes.
And explains that it's an animatronic lion.
Yes.
And Usagi is like, "Oh, you're Princess Dream."
Yeah, she's like the mascot of the park, of Dreamland.
And Princess Dream explains that she has a remote control that controls, like, there are a bunch of other animatronic animals at the park.
Yes, they're all very cute.
And Princess Dream explains that she can control them all with a remote control, and she has an apple that she sort of, like, just waves her hand above.
Yes.
And it's clearly magic.
It's... No, here's the thing. It's like a, what's the name of that instrument?
I don't know what you're saying.
Just wave your hand over it.
I don't know what that is.
And it makes a theremin. It's like a theremin.
Okay.
You just wave your hand over, and then the top of the apple detects how you wave your hand, and then it, depending on sort of just the minute gestures of your fingers, like that one twitch means like, okay, now the deer come out over here, and then the little line of little animatronic, really cute little pigs walk across. Yeah, it's just it's scientific. It's just we've made such scientific technological advances in the year 1990 or whenever this
1992. Rei is suspicious, as she should be.
I don't think she should be. I think this is scientifically sound.
Okay. More animals appear. We see Usagi. This scene is framed very strangely.
Yeah.
Usagi is thrown from, like, off-screen onto an animatronic bear, and I don't understand if she jumped or if Princess Dream threw her. I don't get it.
I think she jumped because she's very happy about riding a bear.
Yeah.
Which is valid.
Rei pulls her off of it, though, and is like, "Hey, I got a bad feeling here. I have a bad feeling about this." This is Star Wars now.
This is Star Wars now.
And she's like, Usagi, you probably can't tell because you're too dense. And Usagi...
Which is very rude.
Usagi is like, shut up, I've been doing this longer than you have.
Which is fair. She's got a lot of monsters under her belt.
Yeah. And they snip at each other. And Princess Dream is like, if you want, there will be a show at the House of Sweets in 1 hour.
Mm-hmm.
And
the House of Sweets also is a fucking castle.
It's a castle.
It's the Disney castle.
It's the Disney castle.
Down. But it's just, like, it's not a house.
No.
It's a fucking cat. You should call it that.
People live in castles.
Sure, but this is a fucking castle. It's got towers.
We get a, like, close-up on the House of Sweets, and the doors open, and the camera, like, zooms in, and we see Jadeite holding his energy orb, and he is explaining that he's gonna absorb the energy of the Sailor Guardians.
It's very nice of the monsters and Jadeite to just tell us what they're doing all the time, isn't it?
And
very considerate.
He is like, no one who comes into the House of Sweets ever leaves, and the lights go up, and we see that there are a bunch of people unconscious inside with him.
Which I guess 50 people didn't leave the.
I guess not.
I don't understand that part.
We then cut back to the girls and Luna, and Usagi is like, nothing strange seems to be going on here. Nothing weird here.
Nothing weird here. Just some animatronic talking animals.
Luna suggests splitting up. Luna goes with Ami, and Usagi and Rei team up. They are not happy about it. Luna and Ami run off to do their thing, and Rei sort of takes charge and is like, follow me, and Usagi is reticent.
Yes,
but does.
She does not want Rei bossing her around.
They go sit on a bench, and they are, like, watching Princess Dream, and Rei is explaining how she's suspicious of her. And Usagi is not convinced. She picks up a, like, animatronic bunny, and is like, oh, look how cute this is.
Yeah. Which
Rei... What are you gonna say?
No, you go ahead.
Rei then says that the bunny is probably smarter than Usagi.
Which is very rude. But I do just like Usagi, who we have established, if you translate her name literally, would be named Bunny.
Yeah.
Says to Rei, hey, isn't this bunny cute?
Yeah, yeah, okay.
And just... They are mad at each other and griping at each other, but
they argue.
Usagi asks why she's always so mean.
Rei spots a kid getting on one of the animals for, like, a ride, and she's like, hey, get off of that, and, like, pulls him off of the animal. Princess Dream is like, no, it's perfectly safe. Don't worry about it. And Usagi pops up and is like, yeah, I think the kid should ride the bear, and puts him back on it. And they have a tug of war with this kid.
Yes.
Until his mom shows up and is like, hey, what the fuck are you doing?
Yes. What are you doing with my son?
Usagi also has a very good line during this, which is, you're way too suspicious about everything. Stop being such a drag. We cut to Usagi and Rei riding the kitty train.
Yes. Which, it's so weird that they didn't get kicked out of the park after what they just did, but...
Rei is embarrassed, as she should be, but Usagi...
Should she be?
Maybe not.
Should she be embarrassed?
There's someone on this train who should be embarrassed, but we'll get to that.
We'll get to that.
Usagi loves it, though. She's like, this is the best way to patrol.
Yeah. And you know what? Like, Usagi has found a way to do sailor work.
And have fun.
And have fun doing it.
Yeah, okay. The train slams to, like, a stop. We see the conductor, who is an animatronic panda, who sounds like Big the Cat.
He does a bit, yeah.
And he's like,
cute.
we gotta come to a stop. And
I like this panda conductor.
Usagi, like, headbutts the back of a man in front of her, who's wearing a green jacket. And we sort of, like, zoom out and see that it is Purple Pants Man.
Yep.
He does his usual thing. He calls her Bunhead, and Rei loves it.
Rei is a big fan of, hey!
What?
If they translated her name to Bunny, that would actually be
it's
a good
fucking
joke.
Okay, it's fucking wild though, because so they didn't do that in the Deke dub.
Right.
And also they translate Bunhead to Meatball Head. Like,
that's nothing.
That's nothing.
God. The fucking Deke dub. Even this dub.
Yeah.
You should have gone with Bunny. It's much cuter.
Okay.
I like Usagi.
Rei is like, she and Purple Pants Man just, like, gang up on Usagi. He says she looks like a steamed bun. Usagi gets mad.
And this fucking part is so good.
Okay. She asks Purple Pants.
Usagi, yeah.
Usagi asks Purple Pants why he's riding the kiddie train. Shouldn't he have friends his own age? And she says, are you just looking for someone on your puny mental level to talk to? And he is, like, very embarrassed and says, yes. I have my reasons.
And the train starts back up.
And we hear him internally, like, boy, she sure knows how to hit you where it hurts.
Yes.
Which is very good.
It's extreme. I love seeing Purple Pants get his fucking comeuppance. And get a taste of his own fucking medicine and have somebody insult his intelligence for once.
Also, can we talk about for a second?
Yeah.
What are his reasons? Why is he riding this train? Yeah.
He has his reasons.
Does he?
Why is he riding this train, actually? Now that I thought...
Yeah, that's what I say.
I had a... No, I know. You brought me around. Because I was thinking I knew what his reasons were. And why is he riding that train?
No. There are reasons for him to be at the park, maybe, but no reason to ride the train.
No, yeah.
So, the train goes. The train goes again. And Usagi yells at the conductor to just be consistent. She says stop all the stop and go. And there's an announcement over the park PA that's like, hey, the show at the House of Sweets is going to start in an hour. Or he's going to start soon. And Usagi shouts at the conductor again and is like, hey, stop the train. The conductor apparently has a snark module.
Yes.
Because he says, oh, sorry, I can't. Someone told me to stop all the stop and go. And
I love this fucking snarky fucking panda robot.
We see Rei whispering to Usagi, hey, don't you think that Purple Pants Man looks a little like Tuxedo Mask? And Usagi is like, what? No. And she's right.
Yeah.
He couldn't possibly be.
This jerk?
Yeah.
This jerk couldn't possibly be Tuxedo Mask.
Tuxedo Mask is, cool.
Tuxedo Mask is cool. He's got roses. Where's Purple Pants' roses? Hashtag where's Purple Pants' roses?
That's a movie we'll get to. Then there's a commercial break. And when we come back, Usagi and Rei are meeting up with Luna.
I guess they got off the train.
Yeah.
But it's not going very fast. So.
They're like, hey, where's Ami? And Luna explains that she's gone inside the castle. On her own. Rei detects an evil aura from inside the castle.
She casts detect evil. Rei is a paladin.
We see inside the castle.
Usagi is a bard.
Yeah. What's Ami?
Wizard.
Okay. We see inside the castle, and we see a bunch of people who are very excited about candy. And Princess Dream...
Wouldn't you be?
Yeah. There's a stage, and Princess Dream appears, and is like... She tells everyone to make themselves at home. And then immediately just spits out a fucking red mist from her mouth.
Yeah, as you do.
And it makes everyone hallucinate.
It makes everyone... Yeah, they see, flowers and everything.
Ami isn't fooled, though. She's like, this is bad.
She rolled her save to disbelieve.
This
is all... Welcome to Late to School D&D references.
We hear Princess Dream monologuing internally. She's like, while they're busy dreaming, I'm going to steal all their energy.
We see the energy draining into her apple.
Yeah.
Which I don't know why that happens, because it's just a mundane, technological, animatronic controlling, theremin-based device.
All the people have their energy drained, including Ami, and fall unconscious.
The part about... I think Ami mentions as the hallucination starts and her energy starts getting drained, Ami mentions, regretting that she went in alone. I really like that because, most of this episode is dedicated to Usagi and Rei fighting. But, this is a good reflection of the, very beginning, where Usagi and Rei are fighting, and Ami is just goofing off by reading an encyclopedia by herself.
Yeah.
So, Usagi and Rei's issue to be resolved in this episode is their contrarian personalities conflicting. Whereas Ami's issue is being kind of overconfident and self-focused, just like the other two, isn't working as a team.
Yeah. We snap to Rei. She has sensed that something bad is happening inside the House of Sweets.
There's a disturbance in the Force.
She
tries. How many versions of Rei's psychic powers can I reference to other media?
I don't know. All of them?
Probably all of them. I'll find a way.
She tries to open the door, but she can't. Usagi panics because Ami's in there, and she starts crying. And Rei's like, hey, stop crying, it's not gonna help, and they fight.
Yeah.
Luna tells Usagi and Rei to knock it off, and they should transform. Rei transforms first.
Yeah.
And after the transformation sequence, we see Usagi just kind of standing there, and Luna's like, hey, you should do it too. And Usagi is like, I was gonna get to it, and she transforms. Rei sets the door on fire.
Yep, she fucking blows a hole right through it.
And we see Jadeite inside. And he's like, here come the Sailor Guardians. Today will be their last day.
Yeah, to be clear, they don't see Jadeite.
No, they don't.
We cut inside.
We cut inside, and we see Jadeite in the same spot we saw him earlier.
This is Jadeite is inside. The sailors are going inside.
Right.
The sailors never encounter Jadeite.
No, they don't.
In this building.
They
have established that he is physically in the building.
Where he is looked to me like a fucking fucking Romeo and Juliet set.
Yeah, there's a big tower
on a stage, like he's in some sort of theater.
Yeah. I think we see a theater, don't we? Or
a
sort of area.
We see the like banquet hall where Princess Dream knocks everyone out, but that's not a theater really.
Okay.
Usagi and Rei are running through the castle, and they immediately run into Princess Dream.
They're again running through just a sort of blank, featureless hallway, which all of the monsters' lairs seem to consist almost entirely of. Just one main room, and then a bunch of featureless gray hallways with a single tall window.
Princess Dream is like, I've been expecting you. And she spits out her red gas, makes them hallucinate. They hallucinate like a field of flowers. She tries to give Usagi a flower crown, like, hey, I have a gift for you.
And Usagi is about to accept it.
And Rei is like, hey, no, it's all a dream. And she grabs the flower crown, and it turns into a snake, and it bites her. She drops the snake.
And Usagi feels really bad.
Princess Dream sort of hops away and is like, hey, you got bit. That venom's gonna turn you to stone.
The snake turns to stone.
The snake also turns to stone.
As soon as it falls off her. Yeah. And we see Rei's hand start turning to stone.
I wrote in my notes, guess it's a basilisk.
Yeah.
Rei she pulls out her exorcism paper.
Yep.
And we see her chanting, and she slaps the paper onto her arm where it's turning to stone and exorcises the venom, I guess.
I mean, listen, none of this makes sense.
None of it makes sense,
This is all a hallucination?
I guess, yeah. Well, yeah, I don't know how much of it is.
Yeah, right? What is happening? There's a lot of shit in this episode. We'll talk about it when we summarize, but...
Yeah. Rei shouts at Princess Dream to reveal her true form.
Which she does, and it's fucking baller.
Yeah.
She is hands down my favorite fucking monster so far.
Okay. Princess Dream is very accommodating of Rei shouting at her. She's like, very well, please wait just one moment. And her head sort of just goes into her body.
Yes, it just gets sucked into her body.
And also her arms. And she just starts spinning.
Yeah, she starts hovering off the ground.
And spinning. And a, music box song plays.
Her dress turns from this pastel pink and blue to this, red and black, very clearly evil colored.
Her head pops back out, and she looks like a, wind-up doll or a dummy.
Yes, a weird doll with a devil horn fucking headband. Her eyes are blank at first, and then they roll like, forward. They are green eyes. She has irises, but they start out just blank white.
Mm-hmm.
And she's so fucking creepy.
I wrote in my notes that she becomes a Shadow the Hedgehog devil doll.
I don't know what that means, but okay.
It means what it's not. It's not anything specific. It just means what it is. She looks like Shadow the Hedgehog.
I thought maybe there was an enemy called the Devil Doll in the video game Shadow the Hedgehog.
No, no. She introduces her. She says that she is the monster Morido.
And she says, it's nice to meet you. And Usagi says, nice to meet you too. And Rei is like, why are you... No, shut up.
Usagi collects herself and gives her speech. The speeches in these episodes aren't anything to write home about. They aren't very long or specific. They're just like, how dare you? How dare you?
How dare you?
Yeah. Morido is like, okay, and spits her dream gas again. Luna is like, hey, it's a dream, remember? And Usagi and Rei Usagi is confident that she knows what's going on, and Rei is like, I'm not sure about that.
Yes.
So, Morido has made them envision, like, a sort of forest.
Yeah.
And they hear horse hooves in the distance, and a man on a horse emerges from, like, the fog, and it's Tuxedo Mask.
Yeah.
Usagi and Rei are immediately like, oh, Tuxedo Mask!
Now Rei is caught up by the fucking hallucination.
They have hard eyes.
Because everybody's thirsty for Tuxedo Mask.
Luna is exasperated.
Yes, everybody except Luna is thirsty for Tuxedo Mask.
She has a very good expression here where her, like, eyes turn into, like, cat eyes, like actual cat eyes. Yes. She has, like, slit pupils.
She's so upset. You ever become so upset you turn into an actual cat?
And we see Usagi and Rei get on the horse with Tuxedo Mask, and then they're riding the carousel, and... And Luna is like, come on, this is what the monster wants you to do. And we see Morido, like, hiding in the trees. And she's like, yes, it is what I want. She's extremely good.
So much.
She's very good.
Oh, Morido. I wish...
Then she starts draining their energy through her apple, but she doesn't have time to get much because it is immediately struck by a rose.
Yes.
And the dream is interrupted. Usagi and Rei... It is revealed that Usagi and Rei are just sort of riding on broomsticks.
Yes.
We see...
Which are not like flying broomsticks, to be clear. It's not like a witch thing. They're just playing horsey.
Right. We see in a window the real Tuxedo Mask.
In the one tall window in this long blank hallway, the real Tuxedo Mask.
He says, stick to dreaming only when you're sleeping.
Yes, without moving his mouth.
His mouth doesn't move, and I did check the Japanese dub. It also doesn't move there.
Okay.
I don't know why. I don't know what's happening.
Sometimes you just don't gotta move it.
I guess not.
Tuxedo Mask is not only a apparently magically good gardener, and also good at jumping into windows and appearing in buses he shouldn't be in. He's also an excellent ventriloquist.
I guess. Morido tries to attack Usagi and Rei, and they run away.
Yes.
We cut to back in the, like, banquet hall, and Ami has woken up.
Yes, because the apple has been struck, I suppose.
Usagi and Rei find her. They're like, hey, we're, She asks them what's going on, and they're like, no time to explain that. And we see Morido, like, looming behind them, running. And Ami points out that the apple is what's stealing the energy. And Luna says that all three of them need to attack her together. Ami transforms.
Yeah.
And... It's very funny. Ami transforms, and we cut to, like, Morido just standing still, and she's like, huh? It's very good.
It's so good. I love her so much. She's the best monster. Oh my god.
Ami uses bubble spray and distracts Morido. She can't see where anyone is. Rei fucking leaps down from somewhere and puts a spirit paper on Morido's forehead, which causes her to be frozen in place.
Yes, she's rebuking undead and freezing Morido in place.
Usagi throws her tiara. Rei sets it on fire.
Yes, they fucking fusion attack. Usagi Moon Tiara actions, and Rei Fire Souls the tiara. And it's so good. I love it so much. This scene is fantastic.
They fucking incinerate Morido.
Yes, which is a shame, because I adore her.
Everyone is good again, and the fucking castle just turns to dust.
The castle turns to dust around them and gets sucked into a fucking tear in the magnetic field above, which I guess nobody else in the park sees.
Yeah.
Even though it's the fucking Cinderella castle at Disney World equivalent, like, you can see it from every side of the park.
We see Jadeite's, like, energy orb just sort of pop.
Yep.
And he's like, the Sailor Guardians.
Yeah.
We then cut to, like, everyone is walking through the park again. They're happy to have won. And Luna's like, hey, you see what happens when you work as a team?
Yeah.
And they all have ice cream. Usagi is like, hey, Rei, your ice cream's bigger than mine. And Rei is like, well, that's because you eat too fast, and they fight. And the episode ends with them chasing each other around.
Yes. And Usagi also drops her ice cream, which is tragic. Top 10 anime betrayals.
We then see the next time on, and it's Usagi talking about a, like, luxury cruise that she is excited to go on. And you need, like, a romantic partner to go with you.
Yeah. And Luna berates her because she's like, since when do you have a beloved?
So next time, I want a boyfriend. The luxury cruise ship is a trap. So that's those episodes. We've met Rei.
We've met Rei. We've been introduced to her as a character twice in sort of two different ways, almost. I like her.
Yeah.
I like Rei a lot.
I like Rei.
I want to see how her relationship with Usagi develops. I like all of them as a team. I like that episode was about them working as a team.
Yeah.
Those episodes, in terms of their, like, overall plot structure, are so fucking weird.
Really?
The fucking Tuxedo Mask is just in the bus.
Yeah.
At the end of that one. Fucking the whole red herring talking about the same people are the same number of people leave the park as enter it, and that's not relevant at all. The whole setup to the fucking animatronic animals that aren't relevant at all.
Yeah.
The whole castle setup, like, makes no sense. The attention Morido gets, which I love because she's fantastic.
Yeah.
But, like, the uniqueness of her is very strange compared to the other monsters.
Yeah.
Just, they're very strange episodes.
That's fair.
Which is not a bad thing. It's just weird. It's just...
Yeah.
I like them a lot, though.
I like them, too.
Like, they're very fun. Even the fucking shit of, like, Tuxedo Mask just being in a bus is extremely...
It's extremely good. I love it.
Yes, I wouldn't have it any other way.
No.
Everything about the fucking Dreamland episode is extremely good.
Extremely good and weird.
Extremely good and weird. Rei clicking with Purple Pants Man over their mutual distaste for Usagi. And fucking pointing out that he looks kind of like Tuxedo Mask.
Yeah. Which is a weird red herring, because he's not.
Yeah, it's weird that she would say something like that, you know? Yeah, just very, very fun episode. I enjoyed them a lot. And I enjoy Rei a lot, and I can't wait to see more of her.
Yeah, I agree.
And I can't wait to see more of Phobos and Deimos, honestly.
Yeah.
I hope they show up again.
I think they do. I think they remain.
Hugin and Munin.
Rei is probably my least favorite of the, like, core Sailor Guardians, but that doesn't mean I don't like her a lot.
Yeah, it's just, like, high bars.
Yeah. And I'll maybe get into why when we meet characters other than Ami.
Right.
I think Ami and Rei are probably tied for me.
Okay, that's interesting.
They're both pretty good.
I was under the impression you, like, really liked Ami.
I like Ami a lot. I just don't... We'll get to it, I guess.
Okay. Is it just that, like, again, like, high bar? Like,
yeah, it's
you
a
just
high
like
bar.
The other sailors more? Okay.
Usagi
is still I'm starting to legit think maybe one of my favorite protagonists of anything.
She's very good.
She's exceedingly good.
Yeah. Do you think there's anything more we need to talk about with these episodes?
Not really. I do like Dreamland in particular. I like as a story about the sailors working together as a team.
Yeah.
I think it does well in that regard. I do still feel like some of the episodes could use a little more time to flesh out what they clearly want to do.
Yeah.
And there is some weirdness, like the fucking animatronic animals that don't mean anything.
Yeah.
In the Dreamland episode, like, you could have cut that pretty much entirely. Like,
maybe.
The part about with a talking lion is funny, but, like...
Yeah.
That and the panda are the only ones we ever see talking as well. So it's just strange.
Well, I think It's also weird because Rei is very suspicious of those animals and like people riding on them.
Yes, exactly.
But it doesn't seem like they're part of Jadeite's plan in any way.
No, we get no hint that the only like hints of animals involved in like Morido's like hallucinations and stuff are the snake
and the horse. Also, Rei's grandpa sucks.
Rei's grandpa sucks. Continuing the trend of every male character in this show sucks. I guess that's all we have to talk about. I guess I look forward to the next few episodes. I look forward to seeing more of like now we're sort of a proper ensemble cast.
Yeah. So I think next I think the next couple of episodes are going to kind of conclude the first sort of arc.
Okay, cool.
For this season.
Will we be watching 3 episodes
We'll
again?
be watching 2.
2 again. Okay.
So yeah, thank you for listening. As always, you can find me at Lorena27 on Twitter.
And you can find me at Frylord Zarek on Twitter.
And you can find us both at late_school. And thank you to Kevin MacLeod for use of his song Semi-Final.
The moonlight is a messenger of love. I finished my... Well, no, I didn't finish my water, which is weird because I was like halfway through the first episode, I was halfway through my water.
That's weird. Maybe you just were really excited to talk about Dreamland.
That makes sense. It's a very good episode. Morido is... Oh, God. I wish the monsters didn't have to die at the end of every episode. I wish they could fucking have time to establish a recurring cast.
Yeah.
Because I love Morido so much.
That's
She's
fair.
so fucking cool. Have you seen slow motion videos of how dogs drink water?
I haven't.
It's fucking wild.
Okay.
Like, they they just slap the water with their tongues and then sort of bite the splash out of the air.
What?
Yeah. They don't, like, sip or scoop or any of that. They just fucking slap the water and splash it, and then they grab the splashed water out of the air.
What the fuck are you doing? Why?
They don't know how to make like a... It's weird because they have snouts. You'd think they'd just use the snout as a straw. Just make a fucking vacuum in their mouth and fucking...
Are you suggesting that they should drink water through their nose?
No! Through their mouth. Just sort of purse their fucking lip. I didn't say nose. I said snout. They have a snout. That's their mouth.
Okay.
You fucking... Don't fucking question me about dog anatomy.
What was the thing you were saying?
When dogs drink water...
No, I'm talking about the show. For the podcast.
Oh, that.